Good afternoon, newbies. No, I'm just joking. Um, all right, beginners. Um, let's I don't normally do this here stuff. I normally do this for my 100 pip group, but um, I'll try this, just because I want to, we've been talking about structure. So, um, if you guys understand structure, you understand the Fibonacci, right? Um, Kim wants to get into entries. Um, and as we progress, I'm just going to kind of try to put together uh, some slides or maybe these types of short videos to kind of help you understand how we can use those things that we discuss, to come up with trade ideas. And even if we don't trade it, we can just come up basically with an understanding. Okay. So I'm going to start by throwing everything in the trash. Okay. Um, and I kind of just want to talk to y'all like y'all my homeboys, and we're coming to this market. So if I'm looking at structure, no matter how y'all draw y'all structure out, okay, I think we can all basically agree that we've had a change of character. And if you don't agree, well, if you don't agree, I don't know, you might need to go, don't quit your day job, okay? Uh, so let's just talk about this. I'm gonna let y'all sit at my table for a minute. This is my structure. There's my change of character. There's my pullback. There's my continuation. Now we're approaching this next level of structure, okay? Um, I don't want to argue with anybody on how they see it. I just drew it up so you can kind of see how I see it, okay? Uh, that's the daily structure, all right? So we also have structure on this weekly time frame, okay? Uh, we saw how we got the change of character on the daily, we got the pullback and the continuation. So every time frame, right? The same thing happens. The market is fractal. Look it up. I know I've told y'all, I've said that had that saying before, the market is fractal. So for me, on the weekly time frame, guess what happened, guys? You got that change of character. And whether you view this as your swing low or this as your swing low, it broke both. It broke them, arrivederci, right? So um, I'm sure Kim or those of you who look at the market like him will say this is not a break of structure. If you see the markets like I do, you throw the line chart on and it's clearly a violation. Okay. Um, but even if isn't, your change of character happened here, right? It never really got a full pullback. So there are a number of reasons for that. You did get a pullback on the daily, and price keeps pushing. So I want to propose to you, uh, on the weekly, this is not a break because this candle is not finished. If we pull back and keep pushing down, tomorrow's the last day of the month, the last day of the month and the week. So if this closes where it is now or lower down, this is a change of character on the weekly. And then I can expect a pullback and a continuation. Um, so now let me go to the monthly because we're about to close the monthly candle. Okay. So clearly, clearly on this monthly time frame, we have a bearish order block, which tells us that we broke structure, right? That was a low. We broke it. So if Well, ain't no if. This is a break because the market closes in 30 minutes. You got 27 minutes left on this monthly candle. We do have a break of structure. Now, hold on, y'all. Put a little seasoning on this. So let me cook. Let your mans and them cook. All right. These are easy trade setups. What I like to do is Fibonacci this candle, right? There's a few things I like about this trade setup, guys. The first thing I like about it is if I do a pip count from wick to wick, in this month, this pair has sold about 600 pips, okay? That means we're expecting a pullback at least 50%. If I just cut that 600 number in half, I got a 300 pip buy coming my way, right? Um, we should all be kind of cognizant of that, right? Not only that, we got a big time news event happening tomorrow, NFP. So there's a great chance that this setup is going to play out overnight and tomorrow. So what I expect to happen is when this new candle starts in 30 minutes, your boy expects a little push down to take out the low of this monthly candle, right? Maybe it goes in between this wick and that wick. I don't know. I don't care. I just need to see the low taken out. Once I get this low taken out, I need to see a change of character, right? I'll be looking at my change of character on the hourly, and then I'll be looking for price to buy back up into our golden zone. Okay. Once it gets to our golden zone, I'll be looking for price to give me a further leg down because, as you know, I'm definitely bearish on GU, and all I have to do is fib from this low to this high and get my zone that I expect GU to sell into before it continues high. Okay. So if we're looking at structure, I'm just taking structure. This move, this is my swing low, this is my swing high. We broke structure right here, right? So at the bare minimum, I want my price to trade into this imbalance. I've told y'all 1,000 times that it's a big joker guarantee that whenever whenever we break structure and there's an imbalance, your price is going to get there, right? So maybe we sell down into this imbalance and tap it before we go up. All that's immaterial. It's all immaterial, right? I don't care when it happens or how we get there. I just know we're going to get there, right? Now, whenever we buy back up, I want us to buy back up to this area. All right, I marked my discounted area from our premium area from my 50% to my 78. I'm going to delete this Fibonacci. I'm going to go down. I'm going to drop down to the 4-hour time frame to find the imbalance that I expect to see price react from when it gets to my zone. Now, interesting enough, there is no well, there is an imbalance, but it's very, very small. Okay, from here to here, right? From the bottom of that green candle to the top wick of this candle is where this imbalance is. Now, there is an imbalance prior to us getting to the zone, but since I know price needs to go to a premium before I end up selling it, I want to see price come here. Now, price could go past this. These are relative equal highs. And if you notice, there's another imbalance right here in the zone. So I want to mark that too, just in case. So there's a possibility that price is going to come from where it is now, right? I want to see it take out this low. Maybe it comes all the way down and taps into this imbalance before it buys back up. But you can see, wherever the case may be, it's a lot of pips at stake here, right? And technically, this buyback up is going to be a counter trend trade, all right? So I just want you to look at the structure, right? Break of structure, pullback, break of structure. We should expect a pullback. So maybe we respect this low over here. Maybe we don't break this low. Maybe we just trade down into this little bitty imbalance right here, right? Maybe we trade down into this little bitty imbalance and start to buy up. I want y'all to look and pay attention because the market is at a significant place, right? If I look at this from the daily time frame, from this daily time frame, this is a daily zone, right? It's a daily demand zone. So if price is indeed going to buy from this demand zone, it needs to turn and burn, right? We could violate this demand zone. Remember, we had a push up, imbalance, imbalance, break of structure. So price is eventually coming to deal with this imbalance. We could push down into that imbalance before we buy up. That would be about 138 pips. Uh, price could sell 138 pips to that imbalance during London session. And on the NFP news, it could buy up, right? Start its buy up. I don't know. None of us hold the cards, but we all see um, the possibility. We see the structure on the chart. We see target areas, and now we just have to be patient and allow price to show us what's going on. If it pushes down here to this imbalance, yes, we're getting a reaction. I mean, I can't draw it out any more for you than that. On the lower time frames, if I go down to this 4-hour chart, price ended on a 4-hour candle. Now, the thing that's interesting is, if you look at this 4-hour chart, for me, we pressed into this this demand zone, right? And it gave us a reject candle. All right, now we pulled back, right? We pulled back, so price could just take off because this is an inside bar, right? This little red candle is an inside bar on the 4-hour chart. Let me go down to the 1-hour and see if the 1-hour tells me anything different. This was the rejection candle, which was a bullish OB, and price has not violated the low of this bullish OB, which tells me that this bullish OB is in charge of this move. Every other candle is an inside bar, right? We got this inside bar. We took out the low. We haven't taken out the highs. So if I'm just looking at the candles, maybe we're going to go below these candles and start to buy. And that wouldn't surprise me at all. Once we bought, we would have to get past this imbalance because you're going to get a reaction at this imbalance. It's going to pull back, right? Because why is it going to pull back, Ty? You got an order block, you have an imbalance, you have a break of structure. So this is going to give you a reaction. So you're going to buy to this zone, you're going to pull back and likely continue to buy, but you could buy to this zone and continue further down. So you just have to be cognizant and aware of what's going on your charts so that you can properly take a trade if that's what you're trying to do. If you're trading from here, right, and you're trading based on the higher time frame setup, which is telling us we need to go north, you still can't ignore the structure, right? Which this is a 4-hour structure piece, right? This is a swing structure on your 4-hour, and you're not just going to blow through that imbalance. You're going to reject, right? So allow price to create a little structure. You're going to reject here. If it rejects here and it recovers, right, and it gives you some bullish structure, then you can get in. We'll go past that zone. You're going to reject again right here, right? and so on and so forth, because there's another 4-hour structure, right? And then there's another 4-hour structure. So be patient, uh, watch your charts, and see if you can see what I see. See if you can see uh, the structure points on the chart, and then see if you, when you see the structure points, see if you can see how price reacts to those structure points as it approaches the various levels. All right, there are several other trade setups that I won't go over in this group, but this group we're going to be following and watching GU. So uh, from a daily standpoint, you clearly see we broke the swing low, we pulled back, and we're now approaching another low, uh, and we're basically at a decision point in the market. For me, we're at the weekly swing, a weekly swing point. We broke this swing low on the weekly, and now we're at another level of structure. We can't say we broke it because this weekly candle could wick up, right? We can reject at this level, which is, to me, highly likely, right? I think no matter what happens, I think tomorrow price is going to buy. It's just what I think. So I think we're going to end with a wick right here. Even if price goes all the way down here tonight, I think price is going to buy up tomorrow due to NFP. So let's just see, uh, see if you guys can follow it, see what you see. And we'll talk about this on Sunday when we meet. All right, traders, I will see you in the market streets.